Hey, who's ready for another card review? Okay, so today we are talking about the Flora Sage Simplify Your Life Oracle deck. This deck is without a doubt in my top 3 favorite decks of all time. It is super powerful, and I specifically like it for how it really helps you to open up your psychic abilities and listen to yourself, listen to spirit, and listen to your spirit guides while you're working with these cards. So this review is going to be slightly different because I wanted to talk about the person who created this deck, because it was so personalized and such an amazing thing that I wanted to share everything about it with you guys. So this particular deck, so here is the back side of the deck. This is the Simplify Your Life Oracle, and it is quite beautiful and very amazing. When I got this deck, it was because I had been following somebody on YouTube, and her name is Flora Sage. And when I first found her, it was about 7 or 8 years ago when she was going under Charming Pixie Flora. And she was doing lots of very, very positive, uplifting, witchy videos. And those were my absolute favorite. I was practicing and trying to hone in on my craft and figuring out exactly how to fine-tune it in the way that I wanted to. And there was a lot about her and her positive energy that I really connected to. So I started binge watching her videos like a Netflix series. And I grew with her as she was going through this change that she eventually had. So she shifted her YouTube channel and started another one. And I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it's just Flora Sage, or maybe it's Flora Sage Peterson. And she founded the Flora Sage Institute. And there she has become a spiritual business mentor for women entrepreneurs, and she helps them to make more money by simplifying your life, and your message of what it is that you want to do as a businesswoman. So she does a lot of different things. Her motivational videos are incredible. I tend to share them on my Facebook page if you're somebody who follows me on Facebook as well. So, okay, so about the deck itself, when I bought this off of her website, which is florasage.com, these decks are made per order. So she doesn't have a stack of them already made. They're made especially for you when the orders come in, which I think is unique and beautiful and amazing. So if you can see, these decks have a really nice sheen to them because there's a really nice gloss that's on them. They have a really good thick cardstock consistency, but it's not so thick that it's hard to work with. Compared to my hand size, that's how big they are. So they're a little bit bigger than the regular cards, but they're not so big that they're unmanageable and hard to handle while you are shuffling them. All of the small touches that went into this deck are pretty incredible. So this deck is unique in the way that when you flip the card over, it has words on it, and it doesn't have pictures. And that's why it's so simple and beautiful and amazing. And this deck can be used in so many different ways. So I wanted to talk about 4 ways that I use this deck and how impactful it has been for me as a card reader. When I do personal daily pulls for myself, I get to look at that one word, which is a message for my day, or it's a phrase for my day. Visualize. So as my day is going forward and I get messages throughout the day, that word tends to be brought up in different universal messages as my day goes on, which is beautiful and amazing. And it makes it really great for personal growth and for meditation and for a mantra all day long. For group readings, this deck is the shit. It is completely fantastic. If I'm leading a circle and we're doing a Sabbat or an Esbot or something like that, and I take this deck and I take it out and I spread it across the altar space and everybody comes and picks a card, as soon as everything's over and they want to look up like the meaning of a card, usually with other decks, they have to have a book with it because they have to look up what that card means and yada, yada, yada. And people are waiting around for the book, or you have 20 people coming up to you and they're all asking you what that card means. With this deck, there is none of that. The words that are on there are simply, they are what they are and resonate with that person, and they know exactly what that means, and they usually don't need any further clarification. So for group things, this deck is amazing. It makes it so much more simple. So coupling decks. I have some friends, and occasionally I like to do this too, where I use 2 oracle decks at once while I do readings. I do like that if I am using a deck that has a lot of pictures in it, that if I couple it with this deck happens to really pack a punch and bring home the message. So when you're like discerning out the meanings of cards that have got all these pictures on them and trying to figure everything out while you're with your client and you're reading and you're listening to spirit and you're connecting with them and all of those things. This deck is so specific and to the point and simple that there is no tripping over anything. And it is what it is, and it's a great clarifier for the deck that you're using because it really confirms the message that's going on or adds to it in a way that makes so much sense to your queer and to your client that it like blows their mind. So that's fantastic for this. And independent readings, when you're not coupling a deck and you're using this one all in of itself, the words are very clear when there's a position that your card decks are in. So a card will be in a space of something that you need to release, or it'll be a fear card or an obstacle card. When these cards are in those places during a full spread, it is what it is, and it makes more sense than you can imagine. So I highly recommend these, especially for personal growth. I think that these have made a big difference in my connecting with spirit, my psychic abilities, and listening to myself. I think that they're fantastic. So I was going to flip through a couple of these. Ooh, simplify your life. It is the best. So I want to flip through some of these. This is quite a thick deck. There's a lot in there. Be open to guidance. Daydream. Yes. So as you can see, all of these messages are very, very straight. They're very to the point. It's pretty incredible, and it's pretty powerful once you start working with these cards, what they can do for you and how they can help other people. I remember using these for a full moon ritual that we had. And I had them all spread out on the altar space. And the girl who had picked up one of these cards, she was like, man, that word said it all. It's the thing that I've been needing to do my entire life. And I find it a hard thing for me to do. But that message is just so straightforward and to the point. You can't deny it or misinterpret it. That's exactly what it is. And listening to somebody else say that out loud was like, yes, that's exactly what this deck is. It is amazing. It is powerful. It's clarifying, straight to the point. So these are some of the cards that are in the deck. I don't know if I'm going to go through the entire thing, only because I think you guys should get this deck, and I think that you should leave the rest of the messages as a surprise when you get it. It really is fantastic. So this is what it looks like, and once again, here's the back. Whoop. So it is beautiful and amazing, and I hope that you guys check it out. And the last thing that I wanted to say about how awesome this deck is that because this is a personalized deck, and she has these made herself, and she has her institute and everything, she had a duplicate card, and I don't know if she does this with every deck, but I'm pretty sure she does. So this is a duplicate card that was in the deck, and she signed it and put a sweet message on it, and this made me smile from ear to ear when I opened up my package and I saw this. I just thought, man, that is so sweet, and it's so special. You're not going to get one other deck anywhere where the author ships it to you, has it made as soon as you want it, and then writes you a personal, beautiful note in with the deck and signs one of your cards. All the decks that you get, you're probably going to get for a shop. You're going to get off of Amazon or someplace like this. This is beautiful and amazing and perfect. Unless you're at a psychic convention, you happen to have one of their decks, or you buy something from them while they're there and have them sign it, which is different than, buying it generally. But this was a beautiful touch. I think it's lovely and amazing. So that is my review of the Simplify Your Life Oracle deck. And I really hope that you have an opportunity to purchase this deck. I will put her link in the bottom in the description. She is at florasage.com. And I hope this deck does for you what it did for me, especially if you're somebody who is really trying to open up your psychic abilities and trying to connect with deity and spirit, because there is not so much interpretation into pictures that you have to overlook things. It really helps you find a quiet and a center with just one word for you to think and meditate on, that you can hear your spirit guides while you're working, and you can really connect. They're incredible. So that is my review for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any other questions, please put them down in the comments. Remember to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. All right, take care. I'll see you guys for the next review. Bye.